Hey guys, Sam here from The Body for Life. I'm going to take you through a quick mobility drill that we use before we start every session. Okay, the reason we use this is so we decompress all the joints, make sure all our limbs are moving properly, and make sure our muscles are all fired up and facilitated. Okay, so very simple. As all we're going to do is just stand in good posture, palms facing forward, shoulders back. We're going to start at the top and just work head to toe, okay? So first, we're going to just get the neck moving, start decompressing the neck. So you're moving the head right up to the ceiling, pulling the chin right down into the chest as far as you can. Just going to do 5 repetitions. Once you've done your 5, you're then going to go side to side. Okay, just make sure you don't tilt the head here, okay? So your eyes are going to stay almost on the line of the horizon. Okay, once you've done your 5, you then go ear to shoulder. So we're just freeing up the neck here in every single direction, but notice that I'm really putting a lot of emphasis onto how far I can move my neck. So it's not passive kind of few shoulder neck rolls, but I'm actively reaching as far as possible in every direction. We then come down to the chest, chin to chest, semicircles up, okay, just a half circle. Again, bringing the chin right down into the chest. Okay, so that's the neck decompressed. The neck's going to be moving a lot freer. We're going to give all the nerves that run through the vertebrae in the neck a lot more space, okay? It means your lungs are going to be working better. It means that, in fact, you're going to actually increase blood flow to the brain. Getting tongue-tied already. Right, down to the shoulders. Okay, so you probably see a lot of people just do normal shoulder shrugs. Here, we're going to put a lot more emphasis, do them slower, but make sure we hit a bigger angle, okay? Bigger range. So, I'm squeezing my shoulder blades together as I come back. As I come forwards, I'm trying to round the upper back. Okay, so I'm getting the biggest range possible there, through the shoulders. Okay, again, just roughly 5 both ways, forwards and back. Okay, so again, you should start feeling it in the traps if you're doing it correctly, if you're going far enough, okay, in the muscles here connecting the shoulders to the upper neck, to the lower neck. After we've done that, we're going to take one arm up. We're now moving into the shoulders. When we work the shoulders, we're going to make sure we create as much traction all the time. Essentially, imagine this being your arm. Okay, this is the shoulder joint. Essentially, all we're trying to do is create a bit more space and work this bone, this limb out of the shoulder socket a bit more, okay? So, take one arm up, reach as high as you can. I'm going to start with just small circles. Okay, roughly 5 circles to start. Then each circle is going to get bigger. Okay, each circle is bigger than the last until you work into your full range. Full range, you should be brushing your hip, brushing your ear as you come through. Now you're going to feel a few clicks and pops, a bit of crunching. Nothing to worry about. Then 5 the other way. So really big circles. Once you've done your 5, you're working back through all the ranges to your small circles again. Okay, wicked. After that, staying on the shoulders. This is the hard one. We're going to start with one palm down, one palm facing up. Now we're just going to internally and externally rotate at the same time. If you find this tricky, it might be easier to do it with your thumbs. So think one thumb down, one thumb up. Both rotate in opposite directions at the same time. If you find it easier, you can actually move your body with it. Sometimes helps. Again, you should feel a few clicks and pops there. Okay, at this point guys, your shoulders should be actually on fire if you're doing it right, and if you're reaching out far enough, creating enough traction, okay? So after those 2 simple exercises, you should have completely decompressed the shoulder in every direction, and now all the muscles around the chest, around the upper back should be fired up, ready to go. So now we're going to move into a bit more dynamic mobility. We're going to start with big arm circles. Okay, so a bit like front crawl here, except I'm coming across my body in a diagonal. So my right hand comes to the outside of my left hip, left hand to the outside of my right. And again, I'm reaching as high as I can, creating loads of traction. Again, just about 5 or so reps, then you're going to start rotating the body. Now as I rotate the body, I'm starting to open up the ribs. When I open up the ribs, I can now breathe easier, I can get a bigger breath in. Okay, and it's also starting to free up my thoracic spine, my mid spine, and my back there. Okay, then you're going to go back. Okay, notice I've kept the rotation, because I've already started freeing up the ribs. Again, roughly 5 each arm, and you're done. Okay, next we're going to move down to the hips and pelvis. So, very simple one first. We're going to free up the lower vertebrae here, the kind of sacral vertebrae, where a lot of people suffer from tight lower backs, especially if your job involves being seated for a lot of hours. So, that's all we're going to do. Very simple movement. We're going to squeeze our bum. We're going to tilt our tailbone under, okay? Then we're just going to do the reverse, try and stick our bum out as far as we can. Nice easy way to remember this is, I tell all my clients, you're going to go from Pink Panther, how the Pink Panther walks, to Donald Duck, okay? So, Pink Panther, Donald Duck, okay? Might feel a bit silly doing that, but it's a very effective mobility drill to actually free up the vertebra here in the lower back, okay? So, again, roughly 5 repetitions, then you're going to go into a bit more of a dynamic hip mobility. So, take a wide stance. You're going to put your feet out 10 and 2, and you're just going to start rocking side to side. Just nice and light. You're not going to do a side lunge, but just keep it small. Then we start getting the arms involved. Right hand to left knee, left hand to right knee. But I want you to keep the chest tall, head facing forwards. And each repetition I want you to try and create a bit more space. Try and get a bit more range, a bit more rotation. Then you're going to start working down the legs. So you're going to try and go to your mid-shin. 5 repetitions here. Then you're going to go down to your ankle, or as low as you can. 5 repetitions. And then that's it. You can come up. Okay, just 2 more exercises to go. Staying at the hips. Again, nice dynamic movement still. We're going to start with some what we call leg pendulums. So, as I'm doing here, pointing my toe towards this side of the room as I come across the body, keeping my chest and shoulders forwards. Then as I open up the hips, I'm pointing my toes towards the other wall. Okay? So, nice and lightly come across the body. Now if you struggle with this, you can hold on to a pole, a door or wall. As all we're worried about is actually the action at the hip, not so much the balance or stability. Okay? Very last one, we have to go down onto the ground for this one. We're going back to the spine, back to the mid-spine. Again, another area, very common area for people to really tighten up. So, we'll come down on hands and knees. You're going to take one arm up as high as you can. Again, I want you to put a lot of emphasis on reaching for the ceiling. Reaching as high as you can. You're going to tuck under, rotate the body as much as you can, and try and push your hand towards the other wall. As far as possible, bringing your shoulder down to the ground. Okay? So, again, reaching up as high as I can, tucking under, pushing away. Okay? Again, 5 reps each time, and that's us. That's the mobility drill over. It takes 5 minutes, but it makes our workout session so much more effective, easier. It takes lots of niggles away, and it's just really good, I guess, overall for the body. Okay? So, cheers guys, see you soon.